Hey everybody, I'm Vera Stewart and welcome to the VeryVera Show. I have a very special guest today, Suzanne Johnson, a Macon native, Georgia native. And Suzanne, I'm so happy to have you today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Well, you know, I kind of met you by chance. I went to Macon one day for a visit, walked in the store, and here's this precious book, Southern Kid Bits and Mom Bites. And I thought, with my cooking camp, I thought, well, I'm going to look in there and see kind of what she's doing with kids. And the next thing you know, we're getting you on the phone and we're saying you need to come be on the show. So it really worked out so well. And you know, she's done this book, she's done another book that's just the Bits and Bites book, and then you're busy on 2 more books.
Yes, I am. I have 2 more books coming out in November and in March of 17.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we are so happy to be able to introduce you today as part of our show, and you're going to be making 3 recipes out of this book today.
Yes.
What are we going to do?
So excited. We're going to make fabulous cranberry chicken that is wonderful starter for the kids. It's very simple and delicious. Then cornbread biscuit dressing, which is another fun one for the children to help out with in the kitchen. Then we're going to end with some Congo bars.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, I couldn't let you get in here and not share some of what we do with kids in the summer, so I'm going to do the old-fashioned pineapple casserole with a twist.
Yum.
And then bunny salad is the one that I absolutely love to do with the little ones.
Love.
So why don't we go ahead and get started with the chicken part of this.
Wonderful. We're just going to take our chicken tenders here and lay them out on an ungreased dish.
Okay. And you know, the fresh market just really sells this antibiotic-free chicken. They always local source their chicken, so this chicken was marching around in Georgia somewhere before it got to the fresh market.
Love that.
All right.
All right,
well,
so we have
that's easy enough.
Oh, super easy, super. And like I said, the kids love to help with all of this. So now we're going to take our Catalina dressing, which you can find in any local supermarket, and mix it with cranberry sauce. And this is whole cranberry sauce, so you can see those cranberries in there. And then just a packet of onion soup mix.
Well, when was the last time I even thought about Catalina dressing?
I know, right?
I mean, you know, back in the day, that was like ranch.
It was. It was. And now people are like, Catalina? I don't know. But it is delicious.
Well, and you can use the chicken breast too with that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so while you're mixing that up, and I know you were just going crazy about all of my new appliances.
They are beautiful.
I've got a cast iron skillet in the oven.
Yes.
That we're getting ready for the dressing, so I'm going to pull that out real quick.
Okay, while you're pulling that out, I'm going to pour this mixture over the chicken breast. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just get it around and spread it.
And then we're going to be putting that in the actual steam oven to
cook. I'm so
today.
excited. That is exciting. All right, we're going to fold that one, get that out of the way.
Okay, and this is hot, hot, hot.
Okay.
So we're going to push this way. And now this is the cornbread that is going to go with your dressing.
Yes, it is. So we have the self-rising cornmeal here add some milk.
And that's, you said self-rising cornmeal.
Yes, it is.
And as always, our recipes are always available on VeryVera.com. But the good news is, one of the things that we're going to do on the show today is we're going to be giving away a bunch of her books. And we're going to tell you a little bit about that later. But this, you know, I know that your grandmother, because I know my grandmother always did their cornbread this way.
Absolutely.
You put a little bit of the oil in the pan and got it hot as fire in the oven. But you know, my fear is always that somebody's going to just walk by and think that this is the pan that needs to go in the sink, and they grab that handle. So I really love to, you know, recommend that you keep that mitt on there when it's hot.
Absolutely, and that is truly the secret.
All right, so we're about ready to pour that in the pan. This is my favorite part, the way that looks when it goes in this hot skillet. Yes! And I'm going to throw that right back in. And when we come back from the break, we're going to get started tearing up this cornbread and tearing up some homemade biscuits and getting that dressing made. So come back with us in just a few minutes.
Yes.
Welcome back, everybody, and if you're just joining us, I'm with my friend Suzanne Johnson from Macon, Georgia, and she has her book,
Southern Kid Bits and Mom Bites.
And we are making recipes out of that. And while we were away during the break, you know, we worked during the break around here. we got that chicken dish with the Catalina dressing into the Wolf steam oven, and that new feature that just puts that steam together, that chicken is going to be so moist and juicy. Nice browning feature at the end.
Yes.
But you know, remember, we're going to be giving some of these away today as well. But we're working now on the buttermilk biscuit and cornbread dressing, and then I'm going to put a twist on that old-fashioned pineapple casserole that everybody used to make.
Yum.
So why don't you get started
Okay.
on the dressing?
All right, I'm simply, you crumble up your buttermilk biscuits, and they're all nice and crumbly. This is the perfect time to bring the kids in the kitchen. This is their favorite part. They just crumble them up because there's no wrong way to do it, and they get
That's
so
perfect.
excited. Then we're going to take the cornbread that we cooked earlier, and same rule applies.
And look how pretty that cornbread turned out.
It did. It's beautiful, and it just crumbles so beautifully.
Oh, well, and while you're doing that, I'm going to take the pineapple, and I'm using crushed and chunk.
Okay.
Then I've got all kinds of fun things we're going to put in it. I went ahead and sauteed some onions, and here again, if you've got an older child, you can almost cut an onion with a lettuce knife.
Absolutely.
And they can learn about that. So we're going to add to the pineapple the sauteed onions, and then, you know, we always have ham left over, and you don't know what to do.
Absolutely.
So we're going to put a little bit of ham in it to almost make it a meal in itself.
Yum.
I've got some Swiss cheese. Oh, that is just
I know, I'm
really
just
breaking up
crumbling
pretty.
away.
A little bit of sugar, a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. A little bit not. Okay, we've got flour. And then I thought I'd throw in a little bit of rosemary.
Oh, love that.
You know, I love to twist things around a little bit. And then I've got some reserved pineapple juice from draining the pineapples. I'm going to stir that up.
All right.
And then you're going to start adding,
yes,
right?
I have crumbled all of my cornbread and biscuits. Now you just take your favorite stuffing mix, add that in. It's got all the wonderful herbs and spices already in it. Then take our 4 boiled eggs. You just kind of crumble those up with a fork. There's no wrong or right way to do that either. And then if you will be so kind of hand me the celery and onion
absolutely.
mixture. We just sauteed that earlier.
Woohoo.
Oh,
Hot.
hot. Sorry. And we're going to add that in.
Here we go.
And
Yeah, that
we're going to
warming feature on that oven works, by the way.
All right, and then I'm going to pour over it chicken broth.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so then while you're doing that, I'm going to show a little trick about the Ritz crackers that are going to go. You know, don't take them out and try to put them into something else, because you were saying, why mess up another dish? You can actually just crumble it up right there in the wrapper.
Yes. Because while we have the kids in the kitchen doing this, the moms are usually on cleanup duty. So the less
well,
we
see,
use.
yeah, the children can do this part.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is the perfect time of year to be working on these side dishes.
It is.
Because this could be something that you use for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to, the melted butter, I'm going to add to the crackers because that's going to go on top.
Yum. That is a great combination anytime.
And then I've already greased my pan for the pineapple. So I'm going to put that into my casserole dish.
All right.
And this is a great side dish with pork or, you know, chicken or anything. So we're going to hopefully have something really good with some ideas for side dishes.
All right, and then I'm just going to
get that in the pan.
Yes, pour my stuffing into the pan.
All right, so we're going to put all these together. These are going to go in a 350-degree M-Series Wolf oven in just a minute. So when we come back from the break, we're going to get started on those Congo bars. Don't want to miss that, so come back with us in just a few minutes. Oh, that's looking great.
Yes.
Vera's Corner is brought to you by Georgia Bank and Trust and Southern Bank and Trust.
Today I'm going to show you 3 different napkin folds. The type of event you're going to be having will determine which fold you use, but I want you to practice because these will be spectacular for your next event. The chef's hat, fold in half and in half again. Fold loose corners back in progressively shorter layers. Flip over and fold one corner into the other. The shirt, fold in half into a triangle, fold both corners to the center point, flip over and fold the loose edge away from you and tuck one corner into the other. Spread apart the center folds. The artichoke, fold in half and in half again to find your center point. Fold each corner into the center point and do this again with your folded corners. Flip over and fold the corners into the center one last time. Carefully pull apart the folds from the flipped side. I hope you'll enjoy these beautiful napkin folds. Welcome back, everybody. And Suzanne, I don't know about you, but the smells that are coming out of this kitchen right now are killing me.
It's the greatest.
Oh, the chicken just smells so great, and that Catalina dressing, you know, it's just kind of a savory sweet.
It
just is going to be so good. We've got the dressing in the oven, we've got the pineapple casserole in the oven, and now you're tempting me with these Congo bars.
Yes, they are so good.
Well,
so
let's get started on that.
Okay, so we have some brown sugar here in the KitchenAid mixer, and we are going to add the melted butter there. And I'm just going to turn it on low. Get that
I learned
going.
my lesson about the warm feature in the last segment.
We don't want any burnt hands.
Pour that in.
And we're just going to let that incorporate in the mixer. While that's doing that, I'm going to add to my flour some baking powder and salt and get that mixed together.
Gosh, and you know, the nice thing about, you know, you can use with, like at camp, the little children, I'll let them, you know, have their hand at using, you know, the hand mixer, and we can kind of stand over them. When we get to the older ones, being able to see that you can keep working and the mixer's doing all the work for you and they can learn those features is a nice.
Oh, it's fabulous. Now I'm going to add 3 eggs. Do that one at a time, let them get incorporated in there. And another fun thing is teaching a child how to crack an egg.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so exciting, their little faces when there's no shell, you know, in the cup. All right, and then we're going to slowly add in the flour mixture into our mixer here.
Gosh, and these bowls are so nice and deep too, so that the flour doesn't go all
fly
over
back
the place.
at you.
And you've prepared your 9x13 with that Baker's Joy, the pan food, and we're going to actually use the Wolf countertop oven.
I'm so excited.
So this will be the first time we've used that, and this pan fits in there beautifully. So I can't wait to see how that's going to do. One of our recipes from camp that, you know, certainly with 6-year-olds, you've got to come up with some things that are actually food that maybe aren't using equipment, that are just kind of putting things together.
Sure.
So we're going to do one of my favorites, which is the pear bunny salad.
I can't
wait.
And you
said all morning, she said, I can't wait to do the pear bunny salad.
I'm so excited.
So while you're adding that, I'm going to take just Bibb lettuce, and I'm going to let this be a brother and sister bunny.
Okay.
Okay. So I've just got my Bibb lettuce. This is just canned pears.
All right.
And I'm going to flip those over there. And then I've got all the little parts that are going to make, we've got almonds for eyes, and you put those at the end that is the shortest, the narrowest end.
That is too cute.
Those are the ears. And then you've got raisins for eyes. Just little pieces right there. All right, then we're going to do a red hot for a nose. And then the tail is actually going to be whipped cream, or it can be a marshmallow, whatever you want. And then you can put salad dressing on it. But it can, you know, a lot of the children that age don't want dressing.
That is so cute.
All right, so you're ready to add your pecans and chips to that.
Have those in there, and then chocolate chips. You just want to mix it in the mixer until it all incorporates together.
Ooh.
I know, yummy goodness.
Gosh, Congo bars this time of year, that's great for tailgating and
it is, it really is.
Else. You know, and during the holidays, instead of having all of your desserts be like pie or cake, you know, people like just like a bite.
Oh, absolutely.
And these can be cut into like little 1-inch squares.
They do. They cut beautifully, and you can put them out. And just like you said, people like that little bite.
And this new bowl has kind of a way to get that off. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, perfect.
All right. I'm gonna let you put that in.
All right.
And when we come back from the break, after we get one more delicious thing in an oven here, we've got every piece of equipment working today. We're going to get started on the presentation of all of this. We're going to give you all the steps to win these cookbooks.
Yes.
So come back with us in just a few minutes, and these bunnies are going to be hopping over to the presentation table.
Love it.
All righty. Suzanne, I am so excited about the way everything looks, and you know, this time of year everybody's looking for something new to do, a different recipe, and certainly ease.
Yes.
And getting those children in the kitchen with you,
That
showing
is the
them
most important.
early on, because obviously you must have enjoyed cooking with your mom and your grandmother too. So, all right, well, we want to make the perfect plate presentation, because one of the things that I love to do at camp, at VeryVera cooking camp in the summer, is teach the table setting, teach about how to make it look attractive on the plate, you know, beautiful to look at.
Absolutely.
Will hopefully result in delicious to eat.
Yes.
We do. So what I thought I would do was we cooked some rice, because all that great looking juice in there.
It is just so much love.
Oh, I thought we got to have a little bit of rice to go with that. So we're going to just put a little rice bed there, and then why don't I hold the plate and you do a little bit of that chicken right there on that. Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh,
Let's do 2 pieces.
All right.
I'm hungry.
I know.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Beautiful.
And then we can just really kind of smooth a little bit more of that on there. Gosh, and so, you know, even this, just in terms of how, and I'm going to actually take my little towel. And
we eat with our
we're
eyes,
gonna
don't
clean
we?
that
So
up
clean
just
it up.
a little bit.
Love
Absolutely. All right, so now the dressing, and you know, people are very territorial about their dressings, but you know, even if you don't use this for Thanksgiving, we absolutely want you to try this different dressing, because you know, bread makes the dressing.
It does, it does.
So we're going to put just a little bit of the dressing. Some people call it stuffing. Gosh, it's so nice and moist in the center.
And stuffing and dressing, that is such a debate, isn't it?
It is. It's, you know, it's for sure. All right, and now I'm going to let you do a little bit of the pineapple casserole.
That looks so yummy.
I could almost eat this for dessert, you know, without the ham and the onions.
It looks so good.
And that crispy crust on the top. So, you know, for the young people, we always do the entree at 4 o'clock, so that when you're finished, you know, you put your silverware at 4 o'clock. And, you know, all of this sounds so snobby and that kind of thing, but it's just, you know, if you're comfortable with your table manners, you can go anywhere. You can eat dinner at the White House. If you know how to use your silverware, you're not intimidated by a table setting. Okay, so now the bunny salad has the little eyes and the ears and the nose, and then this is my favorite part, to do the little fluffy tail at the end. And I'm going to actually take that over to these Congo bars, because as long as we're decorating, we could do a few of those too.
Absolutely, and I love the triangle cut versus the square, because sometimes you just don't need the whole square.
You don't, and this was another thing that we said is, you know, you've got the pecan pie and you've got the cake, but some people just like to maybe just fly by that cake stand real quick and get just something quick and simple to eat. But you know, on these sorts of things, making this dressing ahead and just getting it in the refrigerator, we put that in the warming drawer, because, you know, if we made one yesterday and tested it, and we put it in the warming drawer and let it work that way. You know, the other thing that you want to do, especially when you're making things like this, for example, the Red Hots. Now, I could buy the whole box and eat the whole, box, but when we did the little Red Hot candies, the Fresh Market always has that bin, so you can only buy what you need.
I love
so
it.
You don't end up snacking on the rest.
On too many.
Okay, so you have been so sweet to offer all of these wonderful cookbooks that we're going to give away a bunch of these. So what you need to do is to like us on Facebook, like VeryVera on Facebook, like the contest post, share the post, and then we would love for you to comment about who your favorite little chef is.
Yes.
Who do you love to get in the kitchen with you? Is it your nephew? Is it your granddaughter? You know, who it is, and let us know. But we're going to be giving these away. And Suzanne, I just want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
For joining me. I'm so proud of this Maconite, this Middle Georgia girl that's really doing well. Her new books are coming out. We want you to follow her too. Her recipes are fantastic. And then, as I said, they will be available on our website at VeryVera.com.
Yes.
So one of the things I always say, Suzanne, when I have a guest is no matter what you do it in good taste. That works for etiquette, and it also works for great friends. I want you to come back and join me, and I want you all to come back and join us too next week for another episode of the Very Vera Show. Thanks for coming.
I loved it.